Aloha and welcome to the video. So in this video I'm going to be making a Newa or Hawaiian club, a war club. I've made one of these in the past, but it was a Newa Pohaku, which is a stone-headed club. This one is going to be made completely out of wood. I'm going to be using koa wood, which is the same type of wood I use for pretty much all of the pieces I make. I didn't have a piece that was quite thick enough to make the main portion of the club, and so I'm going to be gluing these two other pieces together so I have a laminated section. Now the pieces of koa that I used for this are a little bit older koa. They're denser in the rings, and so it's a pretty solid piece. Even though it's not that big, it's gonna have a lot of weight to it, which is kind of what you want with the club. You don't want it to be too big, otherwise it's gonna be a little bit unwieldy, but I did want it to have at least a decent amount of weight to it. So this first portion here is just doing the main shaping, getting it down to a wieldable size so it feels good in the hands, has a good teardrop shape to it, which is the overall shape I'm going to be going for. And then once I have it shaped down and sanded to 220, I can start working on some of the decorations that are going to be going into it. So I'm getting ready to drill the hole at the end of the piece where a lanyard is going to go through. I first marked it on one side. I drilled halfway through, or roughly halfway through, and then I flipped it over, marked the other side, and drilled that way. That way the holes line up and I don't accidentally drill crooked. And then widened the outer edges of the hole, or reamed it out. And I just used a step bit to do this. And I just drilled it by hand so I could take a little bit more care with it. In the past I'd used a drill and it was too aggressive. So this next step here is I'm going to be putting in a pattern that's going to have crushed mother of pearl. So the Newa, or the war club, oftentimes it was not uncommon that when warriors would fight, the victor, the winning warrior, would embed molars from the defeated warrior into their piece. That was a way of capturing the mana, or the essence of that warrior, and I imagine it also was a little bit of mental warfare. If your opponent has a large number of teeth embedded, they've defeated a large number of foes. Obviously I don't have teeth. And so what I'm doing is I'm drilling holes, not all the way through, but just a little bit through, and then I'm going to be crushing some mother of pearl, and I'm going to put that crushed mother of pearl into the piece, and then I'm going to super glue it and sand it down so it's flush. I think this will look cool. This first step here was more just a test to see if it'll work. It did actually end up looking really good. I liked the way that it looked, and so I made a whole bunch more and started filling in the rest of the pieces with that crushed mother of pearl. To add a little bit more character to the piece, I decided to also inset abalone pearl at the crown, or the very top of the Newa. And so you can see all of those crushed mother of pearl inlays twist around the piece, and then I wanted them to culminate to finish with this inlaid piece. I thought that would look pretty cool. I liked it. Let me know in the comments if you think it would have looked better without it, if you think it looks good with it. I was just trying to fit as clean of a fit as I could. That way the inlay looked really nice and the inset as well. And so from here is just sanding down all of those leftover pieces and getting it ready to oil. I have the entire piece sanded down to 320 grit. I ended up putting in those 2 grooves on the handle just to give it a little bit more grip, only because I knew I'd be sanding this down pretty smooth. Man, did this turn out absolutely gorgeous. The contrasting between the 2 different koa, colors of koa, as well as the inlay, crushed mother of pearl, and then the abalone up at the top looks awesome. This is a fairly simple piece, so it's actually almost finished. All I have to do now is put in the wrist strap, which I totally forgot to record. Last step here is I'm going to be doing some fun testing with the piece. Just a simple build, but I really enjoyed it. I've wanted to make one of these for a long time. Mahalo nui for everyone that follows along. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave me a comment and a like and subscribe. It helps out a ton. I have a lot of awesome things coming up, so I'm super excited for. And I'll see you on the next video. Aloha.